The arrival of foreign colonizers in 1521 signaled the beginning of a bittersweet encounter between the West and the East. An encounter which led to the economic, political, and cultural domination by the sword and the cross. This complicated period in the lives of the natives is said to have created two sets of costume traditions which shape a hybrid dress sense. The tradition-inspired native costume and the drastically introduced lavish foreign one. Spanish missionaries who were ignorantly appalled by what they perceived as a scandalous nudity of the unself-conscious natives imposed sanctions such that ridiculous body coverings were added in despite of the prevailing tropical climate in the Philippines. The military gear of the colonial forces and the clerical vestments of the religious missionaries comprised the two predominant dress themes during the period. Accustomed as they were to the two-season tropical climate, the subjugated native preferred to wear practical and functional clothes. Men wore the camisa, a collarless garment with long, cuffless sleeves, which was usually made of light and translucent materials like cotton, sinamay, or piña cloth. Women garb themselves in barot saya, a two-piece ensemble typically supplemented by the tapis, skirt of gold, and the kerchief called alampay. The baro was a loose, long-sleeved blouse made of sheer fabrics, while the saya was a wide, ankle-length skirt made of cotton or sinamay varieties. The galleon trade between Manila and Acapulco from 1565 to 1815 did not only mark the dawning of global mercantilism and commerce. Acapulco would receive premium goods from the east shipped by trade wind-dependent galleons, which also ferried some of the west's finest wares to Manila. Silk and dyes from the Asia territories were traded for European wool, linen, carpets, porcelain, and jewelry. Along with the new customs came the heavily draped and somber-colored European attire preferred by Spanish colonizers whose tastes and sensibilities went against the hot and humid environment of the conquered isles. Galleons also carried a certain type of intricately designed shawl, the mantones de Manila, which were made in China and exported to the Iberian Peninsula, where aristocratic people basked in luxury and vanity. Philippine costume never lost its indigenous elements, despite the Castilian ostentatious bias for European attire. The camisa would later be transformed into the barong Tagalog, a 19th century male attire with collar, cuffs, shears, and pleats. The barot saya would later evolve into Maria Clara, a four-piece costume which includes the collarless waist-length bell-sleeved camisa, the bubble-shaped floor-length saya, the stiff neck covering panuelo, and the knee-length tapis. It is said that their sense of national pride inspired the heroic men and women of the 1896 Philippine Revolution against Spain to cling to the indigenous costume amidst the highs and lows of the first successful Asian struggle against the foreign domination.